Hello and welcome to AWS Innovate 2017. This presentation, Modernize Your Windows Workloads on AWS, will provide you with information on getting started today with Windows workloads on AWS. My name is Steve Shirkey. I'm a solutions architect for Amazon Web Services covering the ASEAN region, and I will be presenting this session to you. So let's begin with a discussion of what we'll be covering during this session. First, we will provide a brief overview of enterprise adoption of the cloud and how companies like yours are driving that adoption. Next, we will review Windows on AWS, the history of the product on AWS, all the way up to our current offering today. We will also cover how to get the most out of Windows on AWS and how to migrate your existing applications to AWS. We will then talk about deployment models, including hybrid deployment on AWS. And we will cover Windows licensing considerations. And finally, we will give you some next steps for your journey to the cloud. So how do organizations get started with the cloud? Well, most organizations begin their cloud journey with a few key projects. But more and more enterprise companies are considering a cloud-first approach. In fact, in a recent study we did with IDG, we saw 1 in 4 have a cloud-first strategy or are shifting all of their workloads to the cloud. Also, in that same IDG study, it was shown that organizations will primarily leverage a hybrid cloud approach as they begin their cloud adoption. And they will do so over the next 12 to 24 months. First, let's cover some basics. AWS is a cloud computing platform that provides IT resources for running highly optimized Windows and Linux-based workloads. We provide a wide range of scalable services that align to ever-changing business needs. We have Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, or EC2, which is a core service for delivering resizable computing capacity on which you can build and host software operating systems. When designing Windows applications to run on Amazon EC2, customers can plan for rapid deployment and rapid reduction of compute and storage resources based on changing needs. The Windows EC2's team is dedicated to optimizing Windows workloads on AWS. Over 8 years ago, in October of 2008, AWS launched its first Windows offerings in the cloud. And since that time, we have been focused on delivering a secure, reliable, high-performance, familiar, cost-effective, extensive, and flexible offering for Windows workloads. Today, our platform has expanded to cover nearly every possible Windows Server use case across every industry. This graph shows the highlights of innovation offered around Windows on AWS. Starting from 2008, we can see that the AWS service offering around Windows has grown substantially. We have always offered the most recent releases of Windows Server and SQL Server, while also maintaining backward compatibility, all the way back to Windows Server 2003, which we still support today. We offer license-included options, as well as bring your own license enhancements to our platform in order to provide our customers with the most options for their Windows workloads. We also offer systems management options for Windows, first with our EC2 run command, and now more recently with the EC2 Systems Manager, both offered as a built-in part of the AWS platform. When it comes to hybrid cloud, AWS has hundreds of thousands of customers already using AWS in a hybrid cloud configuration, connecting their on-premise environment to their AWS Virtual Private Cloud, or VPC, via our AWS Direct Connect offering. Beyond our standard platform options, there are more than 130 different Windows ISV listings on the AWS Marketplace, including key enterprise offerings from F5, Trend Micro, NetApp, Cisco, and many others. Let's look at why customers are choosing AWS for their Windows workloads. First, our experience and track record for innovation. With over 8 years of offering Windows, we have been doing this longer than most any other cloud provider has even been in business. So we have the most experience with Windows workloads in the cloud. We also have a more diverse service offering and a deeper set of capabilities than any other platform. Beyond the large number of Windows options offered, the entire AWS platform consists of more than 90 services hosted across 16 regions worldwide. Customers tell us that they value this breadth and depth of service because it allows them to optimize the platform for each application they run, for response time, for performance, and for reduced cost. Another key aspect of our customers is the availability and performance of our platform. Customers continue to cite our availability zone infrastructure as critical to their business workloads with high availability requirements. Finally, individual systems performance is also critical for these business applications. And while the IOPS can be important, what customers continue to cite on the Windows side of things is consistency. Customers tell us the variability in performance of our platform is extremely low compared to other platforms. So they are confident that they will see the performance profile for their applications that they expect. A large and growing customer base means that the skill set of Windows users for AWS platform is continuing to grow, while a large and growing ecosystem of partners and ISVs means customers can be confident in receiving a complete solution. Our customer focus continues to be a differentiator for us. The Trusted Advisor program is one of the best examples where our customers are saving money by lowering their AWS bill through best practices and architectural guidance. Finally, our platform continues to deliver even more value to our customers. As of May of 2017, we have had 61 price reductions since 2006. As we look at the large and growing ecosystem of Microsoft solutions and ISVs, we can see a number of familiar brands. On the left, we can see a variety of Microsoft software that are supported on AWS, from several editions of Windows Server and SQL Server to Microsoft Exchange, Microsoft SharePoint, Microsoft Dynamics, and more. We can also see many popular Windows-based software supported by a number of enterprise ISVs in categories such as security, networking, databases, business intelligence, storage, and media. In short, the software you already know and use in your on-premise data centers are widely supported on AWS. Our large and growing partner ecosystem is also helping us drive traction in the cloud computing space. For instance, our AWS Partner Network, or APN, competency program is designed to provide AWS customers with top quality APN partners who have demonstrated technical proficiency and proven success in specialized solution areas. Partners like Accenture and SecondWatch, who've attained an APN competency, can offer a variety of services, software, and solutions on the AWS cloud. Our Microsoft competency partners help customers evaluate and deploy Microsoft workloads on AWS. Such a wide variety of partners and solutions speaks to what attracts customers to AWS for running their Windows workloads. But let's take a look in detail at a few of our customer stories. First, we can take a look at Dole. Dole Food Company is an American-based agricultural multinational corporation that distributes its products in 90 countries. Searching for a solution to host its Microsoft SharePoint sites, the company chose AWS because of cost and to improve their operational efficiency. By running on AWS, Dole can launch a new SharePoint website in minutes, host business intelligence and mobile applications globally, and estimates savings of $350,000 in operating expense. Next, let's take a look at Pitney Bowes. Pitney Bowes is a customer that is faced with aging infrastructure requiring a big capital refresh. Pitney Bowes selected AWS as their strategic innovation platform because it increased their ability to move fast. They also chose AWS because of the depth and breadth of features offered by the AWS platform. In migrating, Pitney Bowes leveraged a number of AWS adoption patterns: lift and shift, cloud optimized, and cloud native. Their PB transportation hub was moved via lift and shift, adding high availability and true disaster recovery features. Their PB border-free application has evolved to a cloud-native solution, building through continuous integration with Ansible, CloudFormation, and Docker. Another customer of note is Xero. In January of 2013, Xero moved their customers and systems to new infrastructure that was designed to deliver an improved experience and to allow them to scale up to millions of customers. That platform has served them and their customers well. However, as they have continued to grow their customer base, they have identified the need to scale their platform to provide customers with a fast, secure, and easily accessible cloud platform that can be accessed anytime from any devices connected to the internet. Now Xero is shifting their core cloud platform to AWS, which they find provides significant potential to continually improve the underlying technologies that help Xero to function. This new platform, running across multiple AWS regions, is designed to allow growth to millions of customers and reduce the risk of downtime. Another interesting customer case study is GameStop, which sells new and pre-owned video game hardware, software, and accessories. GameStop enlisted an APN partner, Partner Solutions, to architect and lead the data center migration, automate cloud infrastructure and software deployments, and transform team processes with DevOps. GameStop made the decision to migrate its domestic retail data center after a prior successful migration of its international retail systems proved that AWS would better support GameStop business goals with flexible, cost-effective infrastructure. The GameStop domestic systems portfolio included strategic investments in Microsoft Windows and Microsoft SQL Server, but many of the installed systems were on older versions and limited GameStop's ability to use the latest Microsoft operating systems and database features. Therefore, as part of the move to AWS, GameStop decided to deploy the latest version of Windows operating system and upgrade its SQL Server database management fleet to Microsoft SQL Server 2016. The team installed, configured, and confirmed key systems and processes in a matter of weeks. The collaborative process between GameStop and Partner Solutions equipped GameStop with the knowledge to modernize its operations and innovate rapidly on its migration journey to the cloud. Next, let's look at Hess. Hess, a leading global independent energy company engaged in the exploration and production of crude oil and natural gas, performed a migration of multiple large Windows systems to AWS, including Microsoft SQL Server, SharePoint, Exchange, Active Directory, Dynamics, and System Center. In addition, Hess has migrated non-Microsoft ISV workloads such as SAP HANA, Documentum, and Oracle Hyperion. Hess has taken a hybrid approach to the cloud, where they have integrated their on-premise networks with AWS via AWS Direct Connect. Hess has also taken the step to integrate authentication and their on-premise Active Directory. Finally, we look at Edwards Lifesciences, which partners with clinicians to develop innovative technologies in the areas of structural heart disease and critical care monitoring that enables them to save and enhance lives. Faced with lengthy capital refresh cycle of 2+ years, globally disparate data center architectures, and no disaster recovery testing performed in more than 5 years, Edwards Lifesciences is demanding more of IT than to just keep the lights on. They took as their goal to have no new on-premise servers as they migrated 500 applications in 2016, including JD Edwards ERP, and are targeting 2,000 more workloads moving to AWS in 2017. If you'd like to view more customer case studies, please visit the Resource Center on the platform. So you've now heard the story of Windows on AWS, our capabilities, our ecosystem of partners, and even some stories about our customers. Now the question is, how does your company begin in this journey to the cloud? The answer is AWS Cloud Adoption Framework, or the CAF. The CAF organizes the areas of focus that will be needed to address when adopting the cloud and consists of 7 perspectives, all overlaid against the organization's IT lifecycle, that come together to form a strategy for orchestrating the actions of the people in the organization. Those people and actions are focused on different portions of delivering and operating cloud solutions that ultimately provide customer value. The approach of the CAF is based on lessons learned during thousands of successful customer engagements delivered by AWS professional services. By considering each perspective and by determining the current state of the organization, and finally creating a time-sensitive roadmap to the desired target state, consistent and repeatable success on cloud adoption projects can be achieved. There are a variety of tools available to accelerate migrations, and the key is to understanding what tools fit where and suit what type of migrations. Here are just a few tools that AWS offers. One major tool for bringing Windows into AWS includes the VM Import-Export tool. The VM import-export enables you to easily import virtual machine images from your existing environment to Amazon EC2 instances, as well as export them back to your on-premise environment. For your existing on-premise databases, we have the AWS Database Migration Service, which helps you to migrate databases to AWS easily and securely. The source database remains fully operational during the migration, minimizing downtime to applications that rely on the database. The AWS Database Migration Service can migrate your data to and from most widely used commercial and open source databases. We also have the AWS Management Pack for Microsoft Systems Center, enabling you to view and monitor your AWS resources directly in the Operations Manager console. In this way, you can use a single familiar console to monitor all of your resources, whether they are on-premise or in the AWS cloud. You get a consolidated view of all of your AWS resources across regions and availability zones. It also has built-in integration with Amazon CloudWatch, so that the metrics and alarms defined in CloudWatch appear as performance counters and alerts in Operations Manager. Finally, we also have AWS Systems Manager for Microsoft Systems Center Virtual Machine Manager, which lets you administer your AWS resources using SCVMM. You can monitor and manage your EC2 for Windows instances in the AWS cloud, as well as on-premise virtual machines from the Systems Center console. You can also perform common maintenance tasks, such as creating, restarting, stopping, and removing instances, as well as remotely accessing an instance using Remote Desktop Protocol. There are two major types of license options for Windows on AWS. The first is to use licenses provided by AWS. These license-included instances allow you to access a fully compliant Microsoft software license bundled with Amazon EC2 or Amazon Relational Database Service, or RDS instances. With the license-included model, you pay for licenses as you go, with no upfront cost or long-term investments. You can choose from Amazon machine images with Microsoft Windows Server, or with both Windows Server and Microsoft SQL Server pre-installed. Amazon RDS for SQL Server offers databases without the time-consuming administrative tasks. Whether using EC2 or RDS, buying AWS with Microsoft included has the following benefits. This option means that AWS manages licensing compliance. This option offers licensing support for current and many legacy versions of Microsoft software. Also, with this option, Windows Server Client Access Licenses, or CALs, are not required. If you've already purchased Microsoft software, you can also bring your own license to the cloud. This allows you to take advantage of the efficiencies of the cloud while still purchasing perpetual licenses. In this way, you can extend the life cycle of your software without additional hardware cost. You can also expedite your migration to the cloud by using existing virtual machine images. When you bring licenses to AWS, you have two options. If you are not under software assurance, then by using Amazon EC2 dedicated infrastructure, you can access fully dedicated hardware for your exclusive use, making it possible to bring Microsoft software licenses to the AWS cloud even without software assurance. If you have software assurance, you can use Microsoft License Mobility to bring many Microsoft licenses to the AWS cloud for use with Amazon EC2 or Amazon RDS instances. Since time to deployment is key for our customers, we have many tools to help customers get on the platform quickly and launch complex Microsoft deployments faster with AWS Quick Starts. The AWS Quick Starts for Microsoft are great tools for customers to help speed deployment time. AWS Quick Starts consist of CloudFormation templates with predefined AWS configurations optimized for each workload. Quick Starts operate as reference architectures, so customers can visualize the components they need to be running and how they will work together. If after today you are wanting to take your AWS knowledge to the next level, you have several options available to you. To gain more confidence and hands-on experience with AWS, Watch our instructional videos and explore the self-paced labs. Additionally, you can attend our instructor-led classes by qualified AWS instructors and learn how to design, deploy, and operate highly available, cost-effective, and secure applications on AWS. And remember to validate your technical expertise with AWS certification. Finally, do take the time to provide feedback on today's event so that we can improve the event experience for you in the future. With that, I would like to thank you for attending AWS Innovate.